Hello, everybody. My name is Kaylin M. Lawrence, and I'm here with Africa International House. And today we have a very lovely set of guests here for you guys to go ahead and hear what they have to say. But first, let's go ahead with a few opening words. The mission of Africa International House is to serve as a center that exposes and educates all peoples to the individual works and collective contributions of African cultures. Our mission is addressed through our flagship program, the African Festival of the Arts, and through other activities that promote African-based culture. Africa International House is an umbrella for linkages and exchanges of people from Africa and the African diaspora. You can find more information at www.aihusa.org/about. This is just the flyer for the African Festival of the Arts Chicago Gala. Tickets are now on sale. More information at our website. All right, we want you to go ahead and give us an introduction and tell us what you're here for.
Okay, I am Daniel Danikil, and I am the membership chair for Ethiopian Community Association in Chicago Auxiliary Board, and I will be talking about the Ethiopian community missions, vision, and its goal. So the Ethiopian ECAC, or Ethiopian Community Association of Chicago, was founded in 1980. There are about 15,000 Ethiopians that call Chicago home. Mm-hmm. And this community was founded because most immigrants were experiencing cultural shock, depression, and unemployment. Because of that, the creation of Ethiopian community happens to established in the 1980s. Mm-hmm. Also, its mission is Ethiopian Community Association of Chicago. It's a not-for-profit, non-political, tax-exempt organization committed to serve for educational and cultural and socio-economical needs of Ethiopians in the Chicagoland and surrounding areas.
Wow.
Yes, it's also responds to the need of other similarly situated groups who might seek its services. So basically, we work with other groups that needs similar things, similar things of excelling in the Chicago community.
Wow, that's really amazing.
And our vision, the ECAC vision, is also to build a thriving, empowered, and fully integrated community that has the capacity to share its cultural and values while taking full advantage of the socio-economical and educational opportunity available in a larger society. So this foundation helps a lot of Ethiopians engaged in Chicago community and excel themselves to have a better life standards and better directions.
Wow, that is really impressive. Can you go ahead and just elaborate a little bit about the work that you guys will be doing with Africa International House once you finish what you already have presented?
Okay. So what is we're doing is under the Ethiopian Community Association of Chicago, there's a branch, or like under that umbrella, there is an auxiliary board. That auxiliary board is in charge of recruiting and inviting youth Ethiopian Americans in the Chicago area and engaging them with educational help, employment, and promoting awareness of the Ethiopian culture throughout the Chicago area. So basically we connect young Ethiopians to their cultures, and also American-born Ethiopians will introduce them to learn about the Ethiopian culture.
Wow, okay. That's really, really impressive. I didn't know that you guys had so much to offer.
Yeah, so also as an auxiliary board, what we do is that we engage young professionals in the greater Chicago area community uh, through social, philanthropic, and voluntary opportunities. So basically, we help these young professionals get into a better, better education, better jobs, get access to like housings, health cares, and any type of information if they need to, let's say if they want to start business. So
Yes.
we'll be able to help them with the a right information or a guidance to how to operate business. So those are the things that we do. As the auxiliary board, also we function different type of voluntary opportunities. We find these organizations that need help of a volunteer. So as a membership chair, I coordinate by recruiting new members. Most of them are Ethiopian-born Americans that have become American or American-born Ethiopians that want to get into the community and be help, give a voluntary help to other organizations that are not for profits. So I facilitate that, and the board works together, expanding these voluntary works. So those are some of the things that we do at the auxiliary board, which is founded in 2012 by the young professionals of Ethiopians. We have like a monthly get together of a happy hour event, and we have some speakers coming to the events and will introduce things that they have accomplished. Will give us a guidance to better ourselves and get into the competition of world that we live in right now, and also give us direction to the right way of living. Also, we organized annual holiday events. So whenever we have this different type of events, we call or promote through the community for people to come and learn about the Ethiopian culture and experience what Ethiopians do. And what I mentioned earlier, voluntaries. We work voluntary works and partake in different type of organization to give help to their community. So those are some of the things that we do as an auxiliary board. Uh, our membership to be on the auxiliary board, it's free. There is a lot of benefits to the board, meaning you can join the board and come out to the park whenever we have the Ethiopian cookouts.
Oh, wow, cookouts.
Yes, we do barbecues at the beach once a year. Um, Also, we have annual dinner for the auxiliary board members and the Ethiopian Community Association of Chicago members. So these are the benefits of what a member can get
Yes.
by participating in our board.
Wow, that is really awesome. So I'm guessing that auxiliary board is how you guys became affiliated with Africa International House.
Yes, that and the Ethiopian community provides us with the direction of how to connect with the African Festival, what you just mentioned earlier.
Yes.
And through that, we were able to connect and work with them. So basically, those are things that we do.
Well, I'm so glad that you were able to come on here and explain those things to us. I know that your organization was interviewed last season, but it's good to get a nice refresher on some updates, certain things I didn't hear last year that you were able to inform us of today. So thank you for coming on and doing that for us. Is there anything else you would like to share with the audience before we switch to our next guest?
Well, I encourage the viewers and anyone, Africans, African Americans, Americans, anyone that's from the Chicago area and surrounding, to come to our Ethiopian Fest, which we'll talk about on the next interview, and to come and support, help, experience, and learn about the Ethiopian culture. And maybe if they want to visit Ethiopia one day, they would be able to experience and see what they could get in Ethiopia. So, I encourage them to come and see us.
Well, I'm sure that our audience would love to come. I know I would love to come as well. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I try and make it too, because that's very, very appealing what you mentioned. But we're going to cut to our slides and bring our next guest. Here are some pictures from the website that I was able to go ahead and grab. I just wanted to make sure that the audience got a chance to look at just a few visuals, as I thought those four were some really awesome images. Now we're going to go ahead and have our next guest speak to us. And you can go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us what you're here to inform the viewers of.
Hi, I'm Samira. I'm the Vice President of the Ethiopian community of Chicago, of the Auxiliary Board, and here to talk to you guys about the Ethiopia Fest, which is happening as a part of a huge 3-day celebration that we have in the beginning of September. The Ethiopian calendar runs on a different calendar than the Gregorian one, which surprises a lot of people all the time. So New Year for us actually falls the September 11th weekend.
Wow.
Yeah, so for centuries, that's when our year has started. And so in honor of the celebration, I know it's very common, here in the city to see tons of festivities and celebrations for the different cultural groups. The Ethiopian New Year's is a 3-day weekend.
Wow.
So on Thursday, I believe that's September 8th, at Daily Plaza, there's going to be live music, performances, dance from noon to 1 o'clock. So during your lunch hour, if you're around the downtown area, please stop by. There'll be tons of Ethiopians from Chicago. There'll be entertainment, food. It's just a brief kind of intro to the weekend. On Friday, there will be a huge performer and huge artist. His name is Abdul Kiar. He'll be performing in Skokie, so we definitely want to encourage everyone to come out and hear some music. He's a wonderful artist. And then on Saturday is Ethiopia Fest, which is, the Ethiopian, the ECAC Auxiliary Board has been running it for the last 3 years, and each year it gets bigger and bigger. This year we're expecting up to 1,000 guests, and that's the biggest it's ever been. It's a really huge accomplishment for a lot of people who've been working on the Auxiliary Board. It's just good to see that growth and that interest in the Ethiopian community. So it's on Saturday the 9th. It's from noon to 5 p.m. There's going to be live music, performances, a fashion show. The creative director, Yesha, will be performing different dances. There's going to be poetry by Tigist Didi. There will also be, there's going to be a coffee ceremony. There's going to be henna by Mainly Love, who's a good friend of mine, so really excited that she'll be doing henna. I know henna is really popular nowadays. And there will also be a gursha contest, which is something, it's actually it's a way to feed each other. Food is a huge part of any culture, but in Ethiopian culture, everyone sits together and eats off of the same plate. And it's an act of love when somebody feeds you. And it's called a gursha, if somebody is like to feed you with their hands. A huge act of love. Families do it to each other, friends do it to each other. And we took
That's so sweet.
Yeah, and so we took our own spin on that. And it's going to be a gursha contest instead of an eating contest or like a pie eating contest. It'll be a gursha contest. So we're really excited. Yeah, we're really excited to see what that's going to be like. And then one of the biggest things that's really exciting is that we were able to get a sponsorship from an airlines, and they have offered to give us 1 free round-trip ticket. So we're going to have a contest at Ethiopia Fest where anyone can be able to enter this contest and win a round-trip ticket to anywhere in Africa, which, who wouldn't take up that opportunity?
That's amazing.
Yeah, really excited. But more information about, entrance, tickets, times, our sponsors, our vendors. I mean, there's going to be, of course, Chicago has a ton of great Ethiopian restaurants. You should definitely expect to see them there because, it's Ethiopia Fest.
Yes.
You can see all of that on our website, which is ethiofestchicago.com. Yeah, so it's at St. Andrew's Greek Orthodox Church, which is 5649 North Sheridan.
Wow, I can see that you're very enthusiastic, as you should be.
Yeah.
I know that you guys put a lot of hard work into preparing the program and the vendors, the sponsors, the talent that will be performing. I'm so happy for you guys.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, the community here is really special and that, everyone tries to say, like Daniel mentioned earlier, we go through a lot in trying to make sure we're providing for our community and, our neighbors and our neighborhood. And so Ethiopia Fest is just a wonderful way to just see the fruits of a lot of the beauty that comes from the culture.
Yes.
It's just a great way to see, a lot of times people who are born and raised in Chicago will be able to see different friends that they haven't seen in a while, or, maybe you'll understand a little bit more about, maybe you have an Ethiopian neighbor or an East African coworker or whatever it may be, and you're just able to really see more about what their culture is like, what the food is like. I know Ethiopia food is like really trendy right now, but I mean, it's just really cool to see what it's like when everyone gets together and to see this huge festival. And it's just, I'm really proud of a lot of the work that the community has done in the last 3 years to get to this point.
As you should be. I know that you're working in one of the positions of leadership that really must have taken so much dedication on your part and your team's part.
Well, I'm going to be completely, I want to obviously give credit to the people who've done it. So, Sabla, Getu, Sergut, Abel, Yemi, done a lot of great work to get it to where it's at now. Mm-hmm. I'm sure there's plenty of people that I'm not missing. And of course, the huge ECAC board, has done a lot of work to get it to where it's done. So this year, with the new membership and the new board, we're really excited to see what can happen next.
I'm excited for you. Now, since we're talking about your team members, I know I get asked at least once per episode, what are some internship opportunities or volunteer opportunities or employment, whichever type of opportunities you have to work with your organization. What do you guys do for those who want to help?
Oh, that's great. So Danny, who's just up here, he actually recruits a lot of volunteers, and he's always looking to get more volunteers. We have a lot of different ways, whether you want to get an internship, whether it's like a social media internship, or anything. I mean, honestly, it's a community in the way that any other community runs, so there's always, spaces to be filled, hands where we definitely need help.
Yes.
You can hit us up through email, which is going to be info@ecac.org. Or you can hit us up through Twitter, through Facebook. We do have, all the social media platforms. You can find us on Facebook at ECAC Auxiliary Board. Or you can hit us up through Twitter, where it's Chicago Habeshas, Instagram, Chicago Habeshas, Snapchat, but don't send any resumes through there. But yeah, we're all over the internet in any way you can find us. So, I mean, please, we're always looking forward for new hands, new faces. And it's open to everyone, so... Mm-hmm. Don't have to be of Ethiopian descent. We want a lot of adoptive families come in and they bring their kids to kind of get back in touch with their culture, which is probably something so unique and so special to Chicago. In a lot of other cities, you will see that it caters mostly to the Ethiopian demographic. But, something that I've seen here in Chicago is that a lot of adoptive families use this as an opportunity to show their kids and connect their Ethiopian adoptive children to their families. So, it's really such a variety of people that are there. So
that is amazing. I'm so glad that you guys are open to, like you say, all types of people, because that definitely broadens the ability for people to contribute and, really feel like they're making a difference as you guys are.
Absolutely.
So my closing question, I just want to know, what do you say that, or what would you say is your proudest accomplishment with the organization? Or do you have one? Do you weight all things equally?
So, mine personally, or just the ECAC in general? That board in general? I would have to say ECAC in general. I want to answer on that because I can't, like I said earlier, tons of people have done the work before me, and it would be unfair to not have their input, on that.
Yes.
But, Absolutely, I'm going to go ahead and say that just to see the work done in the last couple of years. Last year, they had a winter drive for the first time. They are doing so many more events to connect the community, and I think how supportive the ECAC board has been of the auxiliary board, the Young Professionals Board, and how much they've expanded, and whether that's doing events to, whether it's related to arts, to cultures, to being a part of the other African diaspora events. I have to say that, I'm so proud to see how that's grown, because it wasn't the same even 2 years ago, 3 years ago. It's just, it's been a slow progression of how much of an event, how many ways they've been collaborative. So I'm really just proud of that, honestly.
That is so good. Thank you so much for coming on and sharing
Thank you for
with
having
us.
me. Yeah.
No problem, no problem. We enjoyed you just as much or even more this year as we did last year. So if you have any closing words that you would like to say, you can go ahead.
Visit us on our website. We want to see you there. It's open to everyone, and we're really enthusiastic. This is going to be the biggest one yet. So please join us at Ethiopia Fest on Saturday, September 9th. Thank you.